我觉得 RW 是一个蛮强的队伍，然后他们的队伍的核心打法就是中野比较强势，然后往下路靠，然后帮助 ADC 拿到优势。如果我们打到他们的话，会在中野上面下苦功夫。
How much do you actually agree with that statement there, Rusty? Because I've actually seen Rogue Warriors completely ignore their bottom lane for a large portion of their early game and then just allow their bot lane to come back into the mid game looking for those team fights.
I think it's super dependent on the draft for the most part as well. In that last game, it was very clear that they were focusing the bottom side of the map, unlocking what was a Swain and Rakan, what was the engage for the bottom lane, or for the team rather, of Rogue Warriors. So I think that that is a correct statement to be making in most situations for the side of Rogue Warriors, but there are times where they deviate from the mean. That is not the most surprising thing to hear from a side like Rogue Warriors when Doinby's always got the capabilities to carry, and I think this is an example of exactly that. You give him the Kled, he'll roam around the map. You give him the Renekton, they're coming to him, and that's the difference.
Stop you from roaming around the map.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He's got the Cassiopeia and the Rise to do similar things to that as well, so we'll have to see where they go regarding the draft in this second game. If the possibilities there from Rogue Warriors to go for the Renekton mid once again. The big thing that I take away from that though, Pulse, is that there was an assassin he was against, and playing assassins against the Bruiser aficionado is a rough task.
It is indeed. I just kind of want to see what else that Rogue Warriors have cooking. And by Rogue Warriors, I mean Doinby. Jinu, you need to come out onto the stage, buddy.
Hey!
Turn around! There we go.
They might have been doing a team huddle. That was the full team.
Were, yeah. Of course, coming back onto the stage once more. I just want to see Jinu just go back to a pure carry, to be honest. I think that LGD have a lot of very strong individual players. Jinu, Yuki, mechanically
you're not
very
wrong.
strong.
Jinu's the one that hasn't stood out to me though. You've come into this season, and Jinu last season was he was the guy. Yeah, yes, he's played Quinn, but even in games like that, I still look at Yuki, and I still look at PYL suddenly finding himself at certain moments, but Y4 namely being a big part of that. So when I'm looking at Yuki and I'm looking at Y4, I find myself hard-pressed to even look towards the top side of the map and find myself a Jinu and think about his performances, because even then, when I direct my eyes upwards, I see Amy, and I see Amy coming bottom lane to unlock his bottom lane to then free them to clear the map, and Jinu's just an accessory to all of those features, above all else in my mind. And whilst he can play the carries, he is known for the carries, hasn't carried, just plays them.
Yeah. I totally agree. That's why I want him to go like all out. Now that is a nice keyboard. Who is it? Ah. I thought it would be someone like Doinby. I wouldn't be
expecting a Doinby.
Yeah, I was like, oh, that's not Doinby at all.
I know Clear Love, and actually no, it's Mako. Mako has a full pink Razor set. Razor have sponsored him for his own Mako branded gear. So he just has the most pink possible. So does Clear Love, I believe.
Yeah. Very true. But no, I actually want to see Jinu just go all out and just like, you know what, just pick Riven. Screw it.
You want the Riven, that's what you want.
Yeah.
But he played AD Canada, so I'm not sure how much more carry you can really go.
Riven.
Jinu is a Riven player. For those of you who do not know him at all, he has played it once or twice in the split against Gangplanks, which was actually in that last game, and he absolutely demolished them. It was exciting to watch. He made highlight reels from his own performances, so I would like to see that, I agree. I don't know if that's what we'll see, and it hasn't actually been a big part of their success so far.
Yes, definitely not been the case. But I'm just saying that they have the players on the roster that can do all these things. I'm just like, why not just, you know, have a game where they just play to their strengths?
For me, Jinu's the
pure comfort.
He's the one that I don't think has the best communication with the rest of his team. I would say that he is the weak link of LGD so far, mainly around communication. He is the Korean, I believe, of the team as well. So a lot more time spent adapting, especially when they play their Chinese roster with PYL and Amy as the primary shot callers for the team. I would expect, of course, that Jinu's been learning very quickly, but in saying that, so far hasn't really stood out as much as the rest of them have, particularly in their victories. It's the bottom lane for me. It's always going to be the bottom lane, the 2v2 for Rogue Warriors and for LGD. Whoever wins that should win the game.
I was saying bring back Regank, to be honest. I liked what I saw from him the other day.
You think so?
The good old gangster.
I always have a preference to Amy this split. It's weird. I've had this conversation on the analyst desk a week or two ago, and it was much more fundamentally like, when you looked at LGD for the past while, you've always said that their weak link was Amy, because LGD were just a PYL and Imp in a dream, trying to find themselves a jungler that can keep up with what they were thinking as a duo. But now that Imp has gone, the style of the team has shifted, and Amy's actually become a really positive focal point for them. And has almost just done a full 180 in terms of his performances with the roster.
He has, yeah, that's definitely true. LGD going to be on the blue side, by the way. I just think that it might be nice just to see a bit of a change. See if that makes a shake onto the roster. LGD again prioritizing the Orianna, actually, into the bottom side of the map. So again, Y4 will get this one. And do not be deceived. If the first time you were watching Y4's Orianna and it was him micro-inting into a turret, then that's not what he usually does. This guy is actually exceptionally strong on the Orianna and usually wins games for them.
Something's up.
Are we playing a replay of the first game?
Yeah, you say don't be deceived because he doesn't always have his little micro-ints in the bottom lane, but don't be deceived, this is game 2 of the best of 3 series, and
yeah,
that's the first change.
Okay,
there we go,
right.
there we go. Can confirm.
We're not just going full Groundhog Day. Yeah, we're actually going to play a second game here. Sejuani comes into the jungle here for Amy. It's definitely been a pick that he's been comfortable with and played a lot in the last split and a half.
Yeah, in the last game he was the Trundle, so this time around has a bit more engage. It's a lot harder to kill, but does not have the utility of a pillar, which is a very big enabling factor. It means that he's going to have to hit the crowd control himself. The manual approach.
It's alright, Mouse, what tank do you want to play today? And it's like, well, Mundo is banned, so I guess give me the Cho'Gath.
You reckon? You reckon it's Mouse?
Ooh.
Just saying.
That's a great point. Every time a tank gets picked up and top lane hasn't, it's a possible flex to the mid lane. You're not wrong. Domi has picked up, what, Ornn, Aatrox.
He used to play Nautilus mid and Maokai mid back
mid.
when they were tanky champions in the middle lane. He actually played them before they were, so such is Domi.
Reaction last game?
I think it's a possibility. RNG have played it in the AD carry position. For all I care, it could go anywhere.
They also play it with a Proto Belt and a Morella Nomicon and then a Death Cap.
I have bigger problems with the build than the champion. In saying that, RNG I think they still won that game after a 55-minute fiesta.
That's very true. It's actually interesting the fact that Cho'Gath has only been picked up, I believe, 6 times this split so far. Especially when you have a player like Ray. Ray back in spring was playing the heck out of that champion. Yeah,
he was the one who actually started the trend of playing the Cho'Gath, I believe, in the top lane. Did look very good on the pick, and the LCK is starting to play a lot more Cho'Gath for themselves, respectively. So it's something you may see more of running through the LPL. Of course, we aren't the LCK, but we do play on Korean solo queue, so we are influenced in some regards, and I believe some scrim partners there are Korean.
True. That's actually where we raised Jinu. He plays a lot of Korean solo queue, and in fact he's the only Quinn player in high challenger in Korean solo queue. Funny enough.
Interesting. Yeah. You've got to have a Quinn main. Every server. Yeah,
so apparently, according to, because Clement did the research, and, ooh, a rally pickup, that in Masters, there's some Quinn 1 tricks, but not in Challenger. So Jinu is the only one. We do have a Varus pickup there for SMLZ, and we saw that earlier today, and that one was spicy. That coming out of Jin Zhao, and that was us playing dodgeball in the mid lane for like 35 minutes.
Certainly was, and SMLZ is known as the Chinese sniper, so always going to be a possibility that he plays that style, goes towards the Manamune and lethality build.
Yep.
We'll find out very quickly, I have no doubt.
Well, indeed. Again, Master and Aurelia going into probably the mid lane, and again, a Kennen into the top lane here for Jinu. And that...
Whoa, plot twist, Doidbe's on a tank.
But it's a Poppy this time, and...
he's a
yeah, it's actually the 7th time we're going to see a Poppy so far in this split. A lot of them, to be fair, has actually been amazing. Jay in the top lane.
I would like Poppy mid more.
Won one time.
So think about the champion matchups here that they're flexing between. A Poppy and a Cho'Gath against a Kennen and an Aurelia. Kennen would just comprehensively beat Poppy in pretty much every way, right? You're really buckler reliant to even go for a last hit on a minion, whereas a Cho'Gath can sustain through with his passive and has range. Poppy into Aurelia can deny the dash. Now, I'm not sure how that interaction would work, but I'm pretty sure it would put the Q on cooldown completely.
It does,
and would ruin Aurelia's life in that middle lane and get rid of the therapeutic feeling of last hitting minions.
Wow, okay, well I asked for innovation coming into the mid lane, and that's exactly what I got in this second game. Once again out from Dornby. First game Renekton into Talon. Second game Poppy into Aurelia. I love it. Poppy is actually a horrific matchup for Aurelia because, as you said, managing to block out the Q is very easy to do because you just look at the cannon minion. You sit on top of the cannon minion. It's like
a low health.
You want to see the cannon minion.
Yeah.
And if Aurelia jumps in, then yes, the Q goes on cooldown. And you can't reactivate it, which sucks a lot. Also the same thing if she gets knocked up during animation, because the way that Aurelia's Q works is you have to last hit the minion, or you have to consume the mark on a minion, or on a target, or do not
against the Poppy.
Or do neither. So if you do either, it just goes on cooldown, which means that Poppy could do whatever she wants after that.
Fantastic idea here, and great premise from the side of Rogue Warriors through their draft for lane strength in the mid lane. This entire set to me so far has felt like we all knew what LGD's mid laner was going to play.
Yep.
It was mentioned on the analyst desk by Clement. He's 3 champions of choice. He's got the Yasuo, he's got the Talon, he's got the Aurelia. He played a Zed game recently as well. So he's playing physical damage dealing champions in that mid lane. Dornby's just looked at it. He's gone down his giant list. He's opened up the scroll and it's rolled along the floor. And he's like, all right, Poppy. Poppy is the counter pick to Aurelia. That is what we're going to play in this game.
Yeah, you just got a list of every champion in the game and then like a bunch of different counters that he plays into it. This one's going to be Poppy.
I reckon you play Camille mid lane, he'll find a way to play Shen mid lane and counter you as well. We never know what he's going to pick this time around. He's got the big tank.
He does indeed. I'm excited to see this mid lane unfold, but once again, we're going to be coming into Summoner's Rift in Hangzhou. And I'm going to give it over to the crowd in a second, and I'm sure there's going to be a very loud Rogue Warriors fan.
If LGD choose to chant. There we go. Blue side has to go first when it comes to chants.
Yeah.
So we were all waiting for LGD to say something.
Yeah.
No one wanted to start the chant.
At a certain point, Rogue Warriors like, come on. Like, should we just go first then? Mouse on the top side, just being spotted out by that ward actually. A very deep ward coming in from LGD.
Yeah, early movements here from LGD, trying to find out perhaps where Flawless is starting. But what Rogue Warriors have done is said, we're going to your red buff. Vertical jungle start here is nice early damage.
Catching them, actually blocking them coming into that lane. PY was about to get the final lick off there. And nice bit of damage, as you said. Amy's going to be starting on top side, however, as Flawless is stealing away the Raptors.
And you'd expect vertical jungling to be seen here from LGD, namely from Amy, because they got the level 1 early aggressive trade against one another. So Sejuani should know full well that it was his red buff taken away. Now, you saw the comet fly out of SMLZ's hands there. Clear indicator of what build he is looking towards.
The annoying one. Ooh, nicely played there by Yuki. That's pretty much the only way Aurelia can outplay this matchup is she lands the Flawless Duet first and is in close range because it only lasts for 0.75 seconds, so theoretically the Poppy can mash her W and by the time that the Aurelia arrives she'll be in animation and then the Poppy will stop it. So Yuki could have jumped in right there, jumped back to his own minion, but Dornby could have theoretically stopped him because he was too far away.
You also have to play around your 4 passive to deal extra on-hit damage as your W. You want to sit there and sustain your way through it. So there is a way to win the lane against the Poppy, but it's not through using your Q unless the stun connects.
Pretty much
nice
that,
damage.
And also being close range.
Really nice.
Oh, really nice damage. PYL flashing after. He's looking for this lick. He's got just enough mana. SMLZ chasing back towards it. Oh, are you kidding me? Actually throws up the emote once again. In comes Flawless into the bottom lane. Throws out the pebbles once again. Follows up onto White. Flawless chasing after. Last one finds him. He's even got a Yasuo emote for that occasion.
Yeah, that's the Yasuo tilt emote right there. Rogue Warriors, they get themselves the kills. Look at the minions crashing.
Oh, no.
He can't teleport. Y4, if he teleports, he dies to a Talia flick and a Rakan knock up immediately. That is an absurd amount of minions that are completely denied. Once again, Flawless in the correct place, going towards the bottom lane. LGD's prophecy has been fulfilled, but their counterplay does not exist.
You know, if SMLZ could use mastery emotes in the LPL, he would. This guy, all about the mental warfare. And half health on that tower. We're 3 minutes into the game. 2 kills over to Rogue Warriors, and Y4 is now getting this minion wave. He was 9 CS before walking back into that lane.
Yeah, frankly, that's insane. And you look towards the jungler of LGD, you cannot fault him at all. It's vertical jungling start here, and it was just super aggressive from LGD in the 2v2. They thought they had the kill. They didn't find what they were after, and then it just backfires in their face. It's the buck back of the shotgun, almost like an LWX lane, and it starts aggressive here. The ball is on SMLZ, so that's where they find the opportunity to maybe look for the kill, but because SMLZ flashes, immediately finger on the trigger, is able to survive, has the potions running also, you can see those there. And then just in here for the easy kill, Flawless just plays the dance, back and forth, sideways, and then the other kill goes over to Klua.
And the Yasuo emote.
You've got to respect it.
You've got to be honest. I just wonder what else he's got in the bank. Fine dance. Oh, nice dodge on the Flawless duet right there. Meanwhile, in the jungle, Amy and Flawless trading off. It's going to be aiming to secure the big one, but Flawless gets all the little ones.
It's nice little pressure either way.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, he's just constantly sitting in his jungle.
Now, top lane is still a place that should look good for LGD early. Cho'Gath, no potions left, cloth armor.
Oh,
but
down
the
to half.
jungle.
That's a full combo.
Oh no. LGD's got red. Rather, Amy has red, not LGD.
Well,
just a single member.
LGD do, you know, just on Amy.
But at the end of the day, it's not going to save him from the kill threat that now persists through Rogue Warriors in their jungle position. Flawless having a great time.
There you go.
As it begins.
Yeah. So, what Poppy does really well in this matchup is because obviously Aurelia can't step up in this one, so it means that Poppy eventually gets the push using the Hammer Shock, then pushes to the tower, and it's just like, alright Yuki, you want to farm buddy? And then it just places the W on top as soon as he sees the animation from Q start, and even if he lands after, he can trap him inside the W as well, so it's like a win-win situation for the Poppy.
What are you doing? Did he?
Yeah.
He's clearing a ward, so he threw it out just because he can throw it out. I think this is all an attempt. He wants Mouse to get a reset and a recall there for free.
You want to see it? Hammer Shock. Ooh, Yuki following through.
Oh, missed.
Nice E coming out from Doimi. Follows up the ultimate, and another follow through is one from the Hammer Shock. That's going to be the strength solo kill. Thumbs up from Doimi.
Yuki just tried to fight Doinbi in his house. You cannot take him on in that middle lane. Dashes away from the Aurelia ultimate, knocks him up, secures the 1v1 solo kill. Yuki was third in solo kills.
Yeah.
That's starting to creep down that little bit further.
My god, Kahlua, nice knock up there as well. Charging up the arrow, doesn't quite find it there. Was expecting the dodge. SMLZ kiting backwards. I mean, Quill connects and a good bit of dissonance damage, but I mean, I really want to watch that again because that was just a straight up outplay coming out from Doinbi in every sense of the word.
Yeah, no matter which way you paint that, Doinbi just completely played Yuki for the full. Read him like a book.
And that heroic charge was probably the most impressive thing of the entire trade.
Yeah, no problems whatsoever there for the mid laner of Rogue Warriors, and that's something that just cascades everywhere on the Rift. If the mid lane is doing well, Flawless looking bottom.
Oh yeah, he might be caught out by Sejuani though. Yeah, gets hit by the Arctic Assault, they're turning back towards them. Oh, double flick coming through for the disengage there by the old Tilia.
Yeah, saved the flick through all of that time. Uses the move speed passive, keeps himself in the game there, and is able to flick them to disengages. Oh, it's still happening.
Once again, yeah, Yuki was looking to aggress on Doinbi, but he's going to chase him down. Hammer Shock for the slow, and also the passive damage. Flawless is also looking to follow through, and there is literally no escape for you. Doinbi gets the kill.
This is so unsettling to watch. It's not just a counter pick in the mid lane, it's a counter pick that's actually come to be realized. You've seen it happen, the solo kills, and from that point we mentioned, you know, you give Doinbi an opportunity, he'll run away with the game. But you give him control in lane as a Poppy, more importantly against an Aurelia, it's just over. There is just nothing that you can conceivably do.
Oh my god. I mean,
just sit there and auto attack with your range. You do not queue the minions.
Yeah. It just feels like Christmas, to be honest, Rusty, because I literally said, like, I want to see more innovation in mid lane, and now he pulls out the Poppy, and, like, it's so rare that, like, you have a mid laner who has 2 counters prepared on a given day, but it's literally Renekton into Talon, destroys him, and now Poppy into Aurelia, destroys him. It's just like, what a time to be alive as a mid laner, to be honest, isn't it?
If you're not a fan of Rogue Warriors, you should be. That's the easiest way I can explain it. They have got creative picks, they've got aggression, they've got team fighting.
They've got emotes.
They have got literally everything that you could possibly want. Night and day between their mid laner and AD carry as well, but mechanics seem to carry through regardless.
Pretty much. Amy was looking for that gang on the bot side, just ding 6. And there's no wards there, he knows it, he just swept the area, but still, Rogue Warriors are playing very respectful on the bottom side, just preventing that gank from even happening. Yuki, Defiant dance,
Almost denied the cannon,
Yeah.
but Yuki did secure it, got his reset, so he'll survive that trade. Now, when I say survive that trade, I don't mean that he'll come out better for it.
He got the cannon.
But he did get 78 gold from the cannon.
Yeah. The mark was consumed, Flawless off to the side, Doinby pushing forwards, Flawless duet used.
Now, he doesn't know that Flawless is there, but he's very clearly aware that Flawless is there.
Imagine having to defiantly dance behind your inner tower at 9 minutes.
The only mistake that I could fault Doinby for in that particular trade was having a corrupting potion running, so the tower aggroed him, and that was 3 tower shots.
Yeah. It's a Poppy though, and he's also gone for the Bomb
Exactly.
Cinder and the Tabbies, so he took approximately negative damage from that one. Yeah, 88 farm currently. He's farming basically perfectly. Flawless is now chipping away at the turret. Amy is here in this mid lane, and actually basically just here to allow him to CS underneath his tower.
Yeah, and I feel like this is very obviously going to be a plan now from Rogue Warriors. Flawless hanging around mid lane, hovering around Doinby, who's just controlling the 1v1. That tower starts to fall sooner rather than later. And if he's able to sit there and hover and protect, that actually means that he's threatening on something. And if he's threatening, Amy has to be nearby. If Amy's nearby, he can't actually influence bottom by any means, as here we go.
Lua, he's activated the ultimate, finds some knock-up as well. In comes Amy for the counter gank, but it's a lot of damage onto that backline. Tries to find that one. It's a 1-for-1 trade currently as Flawless is hiding away, but he's going to go down on top of that one as well. That's a 2-for-1 trade. LGD favored as Doinby low on mana and looking for the escape.
Mis-execution actually from Rogue Warriors. Now Doinby, he's pretty tanky, but he's running towards the cannon, not away from the cannon.
Nice footwork though, allows him to get the heroic charge. Now hits the W for the extra movement speed, but he's still stunned. Mouse gives him a rupture, but PYL is going to lock him down, and all in all, that will be a 3-for-1 trade.
They'll give the kill to Jinu on the backside, helping the top lane. Big win there for LGD across the board, but it is not them who engage it. That's maybe a kill bottom.
It could be. He's chasing him down. The clockwork damage in from the passive will be pretty significant if we can get the next slowdown. In comes Kalua, savior of the day. Otherwise, that would have been a kill confirmed.
Oh, if that knocked him towards Flawless, that could have been on there. SMLZ saving his flash as well. That is, man, that guy's got some confidence about him. To save that flash when Orianna was in range to hit the QW, just has the calculations going in his head. Knows he'll survive. And he does do exactly that with Kalua waiting in the wings.
Now, I'll just say that I thought Orianna was the one with balls, but apparently not the case. And Y4 will back away. And again, we take a look at that mid lane fight.
And that's the mis-execution you've already seen. The flick misses, the knock-up misses. They charm him, but he's stuck in place because, of course, he has the W running. So, at the end of the day, they could have been a lot more clean there, Rogue Warriors, but they were immediately preyed upon with the swift reactions of their opponents of LGD. Amy and PYL just around the corner.
So still 5-3, but LGD making a nice counter punch there. I like to see it. Bot lane is now under attack, and that's the major problem because it could go down in one wave. Flawless even finds himself in the bottom side because there is not only a tower about to drop, but an Infernal Dragon. First one of the game, in fact, and Rogue Warriors will look towards this. Amy is also in the bottom side of the map, though I don't know if he can necessarily contest this one.
He's doing Krugs, and if you're doing Krugs, it's usually an indicator that you have to be somewhere, not that you want to be somewhere. So he's not going to be able to step up and take away this dragon, secured by Rogue Warriors pretty much for free. Teleport even used in the middle lane by Doinby with his Sunfire completed, compared to 2 components of the Trinity of Forces. They're feeling very good for themselves, Rogue Warriors, with item spikes. All they're missing is bottom lane. Once that Ghost Blade's done, of course he went for the tier, so slows the build down by about 4 minutes. Once that's done, he'll be well and truly online, and that means that Rogue Warriors can commence the ARAM if they want.
Yeah, it's the only ARAM that I approve of. It's where you sit in the mid lane and you actually do some real damage because you drafted the perfect champions. You just have to RNG them on Howling Abyss. You've got an SMLZ with arrows, and yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all you really need.
Oh. Ah, well.
Lag.
Yeah, it might have been lag.
Yep.
No pauses. You're not allowed to pause. It's not real lag.
No.
And if they do go towards that mid lane, it's most likely going to be a dive of some kind.
You'd think so.
When you contrast it to our last set, when they sat in mid lane BLG for a significant amount of time, their composition was much more defined as a poke and siege style. For Rogue Warriors, it's much less the poke siege style, though there will be a lot of poke from the Varus. It is much more about poke and dive. You hit the Rakan engage, you hit the Cho'Gath engage, whatever it is, Once it connects, the rest of the CC follows, you kill people, and you keep killing them under their turrets.
Yeah, kind of like a battering ram. Yeah. What's up, Toynbee? Who has completed his first item. It is a Sunfire Cape. Now, do not be fooled, a Sunfire Cape is absolutely a power spike for a Poppy. It's a reason why Poppy is able to find solo kills in the top lane into many carries, because you are tanky and you deal damage.
You'd say a single item is always going to be a big spike for Poppy if it's a defensive one. It's because she does do a lot of base damage. You're absolutely right. It's low cooldown as well, that base damage that's very high.
Very oh,
you're not going anywhere.
No Abyssal Voyage for you, PYL.
Just gets smacked. Doing being in the right place at the right time. PYL taking the shortest journey, I might add, towards the top lane from his blue buff is just caught out. You never look at yourself when you're using the Town Kench ultimate. You always look at your destination, not your departure point, so they're able to just lock him down for free.
Yeah. Almost perfect coming out from Rogue Warriors. I can say the only improvement would have been to have SMLZ in the area, so we could have flared up.
And this all makes sense. Rogue Warriors, they broke the bottom lane outer, so they don't go mid yet. They go towards top lane. They look towards the second outer turret. Now, Y4 is level 9 on Orianna, so it is a very difficult thing to siege into her.
Yep.
But for what it's worth, they've got the Rift Herald for mid, so they don't need to siege it. They can just summon it.
Who's summoning that Herald? Who's that Herald? It's Shelly.
We have seen some Heralds bug out from that particular summon location.
Actually, yeah.
We'll see if this one does the damage. Thank God.
Yeah, we've seen some interesting things happen. Oh, bottom side, double flash coming through. Bumps him to the wrong side, brings down the wall. Not bringing down the wall. That's going to be the follow through, and double stuns down to Flawless and Mouse right here. And Jinu looks like he's going to make it out of this one.
Yeah, Mouse has no Q. He actually missed that one. Jinu nicely dodging himself around and being able to survive, as well as the flick not connecting from Flawless. Things still going well here for Rogue Warriors, all things considered, but still missing a couple of the executions in this particular game too. It has not been nearly as clean as the last.
True, but it is just a flurry of blows. They are continuing to hit LGD over and over and over again, and eventually something is going to hit.
They're just swinging uppercuts at them, and whilst they're not the most accurate of shots, if one of them hits, it's still an uppercut.
Exactly. You know, it's just multiple chances to roll the 20 on the die, and eventually something will crit. Now PYL and Y4 just farming out this lane. They find themselves in top side, not the mid lane. Mid lane's already been cracked, actually. Rogue Warriors are...
Unsealed spellbook.
Oh, okay. Yeah, LGD are just trying to recall, please.
He's got his Abyssal Voyage, so he'll still come back towards this lane if he chooses to back, but he's not actually recalling, he's hanging around. He was just stirring his pot.
Yeah. Does wooden spoon out.
Chef up some food. Yuki also hovering means that Rogue Warriors very clearly, or at least LGD very clearly think that Rogue Warriors are going to be diving that top lane as soon as possible, but not right now. They've actually gone back to base, and they've gone towards some item spikes first and foremost, and I respect that. They don't push the lead if the 50-50 fight starts to come out. They don't take that 50-50. They're trying to ensure they are as strong as possible, that the lead that they have actually has resulted in an item spike advantage.
Indeed.
That was therapeutic.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, watching Irelia just farm out a wave is always good. Mouse under attack in the bottom lane. I mean, this is the perfect build essentially to deal with a Cho'Gath. Gotta be careful, yeah, he's gonna drop down to half. And remember, this is the stage in the game where he doesn't have a warm-up, so.
Yeah, also going towards Righteous Glory is his first item, so catching people is the name of the game here, not surviving in the 1v1.
Oh, that's gonna be an ultimate connecting. He's put down into the fridge. Follow up, follow through. Yuki will get multiple charges of the Q off, and Mouse is lasting a long time. But there was never any way out of that. It's now what is happening on the rest of the map, because that was 3 members on the bottom side, 2 pushing in the mid, 2 pushing in the top. This will be a tower trade.
Mouse definitely overstepping whilst the rest of his team is still pushing the top lane. Bottom lane turret was being hard pressured by Jinu, and he was just trying to clear the wave as long as he can. So in the end, it will still be a turret trade, but with an extra kill going into the pockets of LGD. You take those. However, Rogue Warriors, they've seen the play, and they've raised you an extra push. Teleport up for Mouse. 7 seconds.
Indeed, LGD looking for the defense right here, throwing out the ball. That was a nice flick onto Amy. And on the bottom side, that cannon is still pushing. And Mouse wants to keep this teleport in case something goes down on the top side. The tower is very close to falling, but Rogue Warriors may choose to back away.
Mouse actually going to choose again to walk towards bottom lane like you mentioned. He wants to hold the turret. It's a 40 CS lead for Jinu, and it's a lot of damage placed onto this turret actually. So that's a promising sign here, if anything, for the LGD roster, that they've got themselves some win condition, some semblance of hope definitely to be noted. But I don't know if this dive is ever actually conceivable. There's no Aurelia ultimate.
I mean, basically we're just putting them in a barrel for SMLZ to shoot. And now Doinby is in the mid lane, split pushing, the classic split push. Poppy, who is actually building towards her Iceborne Gauntlet, in fact. 3 1-on-1, and actually does a fair bit of damage against turrets nowadays.
They're still coming out on top, realistically, Rogue Warriors, on multiple areas of the map. Now, Jinu has disappeared from the looks of it. He's gone to join his team, to join the fray, and perhaps look towards a team fight, but he hasn't hit that Wits End power spike just yet. He is at 1 2/3 of an item, which means that Mouse gets free time to push, free time to farm, and I mean, the CS difference isn't even that significant between them.
Oh, that's a Blade Cage thrown down. SMLZ caught on that one. It's going to be Kahlua looking to just CC them down and look to back away, but Flawless is right behind him as well. Here comes Mouse with that teleport, and Amy is actually still putting damage. Realize he needs to get away
Mouse.
Right into the jaws of Mouse. Finds the feast right there. Y4, he's got the ultimate charged and ready to go, but he's caught in that knock-up.
Y4 has to play a delicate game. Shockwave's on.
Shockwave's on. It's onto Flawless. He looks to back away. It will be a kill onto Aurelia, though, as Doinby's getting chased down by Jinu, but the rest of the team is absolutely being murdered. Flawless over the wall. He's in shadows. Throws out the Qs, and now he's getting chased down by the Maelstrom. He's on the very edge, and Jinu will finally get the kill.
But they're still pushing top wave, so everything is just chaotic. Fights on multiple fronts.
Oh, the hidden Jinu looking for the knock-up and just going to find out. Finds the dodge as well, the Gleaming Quill. Doinby, he's locked down. He's still being charged out, but he's got the extra health. Oh my god, Doinby. Now look at the top. Oh, SMLZ. Mouse is charging after, dodging that one on the rock as well.
Already.
He's still running away. He's an absolute insane madman. And Doinby throws up the thumb. Gets the kill.
That beast of a unit just so hard to kill the Kennen. Survives for a significant amount of time and reduces the amount of winning the Rogue Warriors did. Now Amy's turn to have a crack at the title.
Yeah, I mean, he just face plants the W right there.
Oh my god, they've just all
Yuki's
respawned already.
Yeah, Yuki's getting the chase down there.
The never-ending battle is what this one is. You've got a Poppy.
The endless war.
That doesn't die. You've got a Rakan that constantly stays around. Flawless almost survives as well, but Jinu's the hero for LGD.
I mean, these guys do need to wrap it up eventually, because reminder, folks, that in 21 minutes and 13 seconds, we will be going to Match of the Week. That was happening between Invictus Gaming and EDG. So we will be cutting away from this game at that time. But until then, we're going to get dirty, down and dirty, in fact, as Rogue Warriors are going towards this dragon. It will be picked up courtesy of the old Cho'Gath. And that red buff has been secured as well by LGD. So hopefully we can find ourselves a conclusion to this game by then.
You can only hope that we don't go to 50 minutes. That's absolutely not going to happen when you look at this game so far. 15 kills in 21 minutes. I recently was watching an LCK game that was at 21 minutes and it had 3 kills. So welcome to the League of Explosions.
Yep, that seems like a very LCK thing to happen.
Of course, Rogue Warriors have just been really hard pushing with their lane advantages that they started to forge for themselves. For LGD, I think a lot of their win condition still rests in the palms of Jinu on that cannon, but he's still an AD cannon, not AP, so his team fighting is not going to be as substantially strong as it otherwise would be, and that's the major difference here. He needs to split push a bit more. I would really strongly suggest that they run the 1-4 style. It is so hard to deal with an Orianna when you are pushing forwards, being offensive. But Doinby wants a shot.
Oh, here we go. Following on to the cannon, Jinu was probably the only person really doing well in this game. PY and Y4 go for the instant rotation. Doinby will tank this tower all day. In fact, it will just walk up to it without minions and take it down regardless. Yuki in the mid lane now getting chased after. Oh, what a chain of corruption coming through. That's a Blade Cage going out there as well. And Amy looking to move onto Mouse, and he's looking for the assassinate actually onto the backline. But he will be shot down by SMLZ as now Amy is under attack, and Doinby flies in from the top side. Rupture comes up, and he will knock him back down with that old hammer. Another 2 kills, 2 Rogue Warriors.
Alrighty, never mind. They're going to win
that's a shockwave in the top side of the map, and Jinu is looking for the chase down. He just came back from spawn. Flawless, can he escape from this one? Because he's got a couple charges on him.
I don't think he can anymore. Teleport in.
He's got help from his team. Oh, yeah, he's very dead, but here comes Doinby. He's a little bit sad that his jungler is dead, but SMLZ is also chasing Jinu down. Knocks him outside of the kill shot from SMLZ. He's going to be reporting him after this game.
Oh, got him. No, never mind. All right. everyone just calm down, right? LGD have just gone a bit crazy. Rogue Warriors, they were the ones making the play top lane, and then at the same time they find a kill mid lane, then they find another kill top lane, and then LGD just, you know, they ran away with themselves dying and thought this was a great idea. Kahlua is my star here. SMLZ very far away from him. But no matter how far, no matter what the distances are, Kahlua will traverse those to save his AD, as it is SMLZ and he really is the golden child of Rogue Warriors. So he stays alive. Got that Duskblade on now as well. And Doinby is actually unkillable. He is a Titan.
He absolutely is. Well, PYL is on the slow escape on this Tam Kench. He really would have liked to activate his Grey Health, but he had no opportunity. That was perfect CC layering coming in from Rogue Warriors. And Doinby will continue to push forward. Reminder, he is 7-1-1 on this Poppy in the mid lane. 24 minutes in. This is insane.
Yeah, Y4 just firing the tickle cannons at him, but Poppy doesn't feel a single thing. Now they go over to the Baron with PYL dead for 18 seconds. LGD have pinged it, but can LGD even really stop it is the question.
I don't really know, Rusty. Well, Kahlua is the one who's currently guarding. He's playing Gatekeeper. Amy's over the back of the wall, and double control was he noticed it. He throws out the ultimate. Will they turn to burst him? They'll look to knock him up, and there comes Doinby. Yeah, no, coming over the wall for you. Not gonna happen. Yuki flies in, he looks for the secure, and actually gets one kill, turning onto Floors right now. But here comes the cavalry. He's dancing around the pit. Floors jumps over the wall, finds the knockup, puts the no-fly zone down. That's another 2 kills over to Rogue Warriors, but here comes Jinu. He's looking for another fight at Y4 as well. And Tam Kench coming in. Doinby charges in against the wall, looks for the knockup. But I don't think they want to turn onto the Poppy. Yeah, run away from the Poppy, turn onto the low health Embers. That's going to be Jinu getting one onto Mouse. He comes out of the E, gets another kill. Doinby though, he's a Raybot who does not die and does a lot of damage. Now he's chasing down onto Y4 PYL. It's never going to be done. Say my name, Doinby. He gets another one. PYL now getting chased out. This started with PYL dying and will end with PYL dying.
The fights just never end, but Doinby is too big. This is like Season 6 World-style tank carries, right? It's just so large. Nothing in this game can take down Doinby. It's going to take a 5-man effort. He's just gone towards a BF sword, most likely for a Guardian Angel that had insult to injury. We get to watch the fight again. Yuki, I honestly think Yuki has been playing this really well, but considering how far behind they are, it doesn't matter how well he plays it. He'll get a kill, but there's just too many bruises in his face, so inevitably will fall. PYL is coming back with the ultimate up and available. He'll, I believe, ult into the fight here and just get Poppy ulted out again. So PYL spends more time traveling than he does actually contributing to any kind of team fights here. He presses Ignite. I mean, that's a contribution, so we'll give him that. Anyway, PYL's out. Jinu, whilst going for Kahlua for the next kill and secures it, puts himself in the pit. So he puts himself in stun range. And we're back. Doinby is killing them. Nothing has changed.
Yeah, I mean, he's pretty much by himself. Oh, now he's got Kahlua and Floss, and the whole family's here to wipe out Amy from existence. Yeah, he's dead.
I mean, Jinu is the AD carry right now. If Jinu can get anything going, requires nothing short of a miracle from him, to be fair. Yeah. And that's the man we're looking at. Shockwave with 2 items is big, but it's not in kill range until that 3rd item of the Void Staff is completed.
Rusty, how are they ever going to deal with Doinby? Like, what do you do? He's 4 items.
Therapy?
He's 4 items. SMLZ, he's been disarmed. The front line's about to go down. Mouse finally dies. Oh no, here comes Doinby in from the backside. Throws up the no-fly zone and looking for the kill. Gets one, turns on to the second. Both of them go kill credit over to Flawless. But you can't do anything about this Poppy. It's too far gone.
I think he actually gained health during that fight. Yeah. There was a monster shield on top of him as well. So they'll push forwards. That's the base broken. The inhibitor most likely going to go down with it if Doinby stands and actually tanks for his team.
Oh, Amy wants to engage, but he can't because Doinby's here. Forces in from the top side, misses the ultimate, who actually cares, to be honest. Amy's going to die in the end. Duet lands onto Kahlua, but Doinby, he will keep moving forwards forever. That's going to be another knockout, another charm onto Yuki. As he goes back to the base, and Jinu is trying to put down the damage, but he just simply can't right now. PYL, he's pushing up right here, and Doinby, he might fight. No, just kidding. I thought he might finally go down, but again, he has the W backup.
Yep, Rogue Warriors, now they look towards their second inhib. I think this is attempt number 3 from LGD. We have got the Poppy to half health. He is not in kill range, but he is half health. We'll report back next week with any further findings. He does have teleport as well, Doinby. So
this is just insanity.
Oh, he also finished his Guardian Angel, everyone. At 28 minutes in the game, that Poppy cannot be stopped.
Oh my god. Rogue Warriors is just so big right now, and specifically the Poppy that I'm looking at.
It's funny if you put a Cho'Gath and a Poppy next to each other, you would say the Poppy is bigger at this stage, and that's a big Cho'Gath. Anyway, speaking of big Cho'Gaths, he dies.
Yep.
And then here comes the raid boss, and watch how everyone sees him. Immediately says, okay, he pressed Titanic Hydra, Gargoyle Stoneplate rather, that is like 7,000 health, back away.
Yep, get away from the little Poppy. But remember, the hammer does all the work, she just swings it. Let's take a look at the damage in the last fight. So Jinu tried his hardest.
Oh my god.
He did almost 6,000 damage onto Mouse and Doinby primarily, let's be honest.
And we said this last time as well, but you see the damage dealt by the AD cannon. You acknowledge that that's a pretty big number on paper.
That's a big number.
But is the big number actually a game-winning amount of numbers? And the answer is always going to be no against the Poppy and a Cho'Gath if that's the only two targets that a cannon is hitting.
I mean, at the same time, it's going to be hitting shields onto Doinby. He's going to have the buckler, shields from his team.
Let him go.
Just walking into 5 people.
What's up, guys?
Get out of here,
This is your base? This is my base now.
Yeah. Get over there. And launch myself onto Jinu. Let's just follow Doinby. Yuki jumps into the backline. Who really cares? What's Doinby doing? Oh, throws out the hammer shot. Oh, that's a lot of damage.
Here
They're going to jump onto Jinu. Did you want to escape? Nope, no escaping for you. I'm going to follow you all the way to your spawn pad. In fact, I reckon the fountain laser would have a tough time of locking down Doinby at this point. Aimbeat, do you want to escape? Nope, nope, nope. You're going to have to walk.
And they're stuck in their fountain.
Yep. They could end, but I think they're having too much fun watching Doinby just stand in front of them.
Because SMLZ can.
SMLZ's going to be blocking them after this game for sure. He's going to be sending a report to Riot Games. But now Doinby is just going to hit the Nexus. While no one else is, just Doinby.
Oh, it's spinning in the fountain!
Throw him onto the fountain!
Oh,
no, it wasn't close enough, and now he's back onto the Nexus.
Alright.
There we go. Rogue Warriors, 2-0 on the day.
And they couldn't even stop the Poppy at the end. The fountain wasn't close enough. That's a heavy Poppy. Tahm Kench could not carry him that much distance. And Rogue Warriors, they get themselves a 2-0.
Yep.
It was clean, it was pretty, but it was not conventional. But I like it.
I love it. I'll go one better, I love it. We saw a lot from Rogue Warriors today and it was all great. Love me some Doinby.
In the home arena of LGD as well, they take themselves a bow. So, well-deserved victory here for Rogue Warriors, keeping themselves well and truly on top of the standings here in the LPL. I believe they are now beyond outright first in the Western Conference as they beat RNG earlier.
Already first. So
they were first at 8-2, now they are 9-2, EDG second behind them at 7-3. So 2 wins separate first and second now in the Western Conference of the LPL.
Yep. Congratulations to Rogue Warriors, and congratulations for me. Clement now owes me 10 coffees.
You hate to see it.
You hate to see it.
You know what? I'm not here to disrespect Clement because we have all had an LGD.
We have. This is his.
That's the thing. He's
just the cherry.
He's just chosen a weird time to have it. You know, he chose the Rogue Warriors.
To be fair, we did as well. You know, I remember my first time back in 2017.
At the end of the day, he should just be thankful that he's not wearing a Lux wig like FLICKR. And
that's true. We almost went for the Dino suit. I actually said that I'll go a 1-up because we made it 2-to-1 odds. And I said I'll wear a Dino suit with high heels. I'm that confident that I will not lose this bet.
Your confidence paid off, and unfortunately, LGD do what they always do to us, and it's the moment you choose to believe in them, they lose. Now, win streaks for LGD do not come in something larger than 3, so the curse continues for LGD.
Yeah, nice stuff coming in here today. And it was just also innovation.
Yeah, he won the bet, so he's just decided to stop talking and smirk at the screen. What's up, guys?
Hey, yeah, no, I mean, again, I just got to talk about those mid lane picks because I think, like, Doinby's probably, he's going to get the MVP on this match. But again, in that first game, like, the Renekton was so cool to see as, like, an adaptation because we've seen the Rumble into the Talon with the Smite, and now we get to see the Renekton, so maybe more people pick it up from here. Because you look at Y4, who's actually on LGD, and he picked up the Orianna. Everyone's playing Orianna in the Marksman role, so I feel like from here today, might see more poppies played into a
May well do. Of course, Doinby has the Kled banned away from him all the time, so he had to explore something else, and he stumbled upon the holy grail of Poppy.
Yeah, I mean, he has a champion ocean at the end of the day, so he'll always have something. As you said, he unleashes the scroll, and it's like, what's it going to be today? Ah, yeah, Poppy into Aurelia. Fantastic. But now it's going to do it from me and Rusty. We're going to send it back to Yalistez to close out the game and get us into Match of the Week.
I just started casting in 2018. That's all I have to say for myself. There was a hope.
Comment.
Yeah.
LGD still suck. What's going on? You told me that they were going to, you know, potentially continue this winning streak. There was a chance. Game 2 didn't look like they had a chance.
There was a chance. They looked better. You have to agree with that, okay? This is the best LGD has looked in 2018.
True.
That's true. That
but is their best is the best they've looked in 2018 enough to take down a team like Rogue Warriors?
Probably not.
No.
And it's all about Doinby in the mid lane. You know, we saw the Poppy pick at Rift Rivals. He brought him up against MAD, I believe, against an Aurelia as well. And you can see how hard he just smashed the lane. Had the Grasp of the Undying, punished every CS every time the Aurelia went up and tried to use that Blade Surge. He was there with the Steadfast Presence, just waiting for him. There's not much you could do, and we said before the game that the way that LGD needed to get out of this situation was, one, side selection, and two, they needed an early game jungler that could actually affect the lanes. And unfortunately, they got neither of them. And I felt like Rogue Warriors just won with essentially the same game plan. Just pressure overflowing from the mid lane, from the bot lane as well, with flawless snowballing it. So they weren't really challenged at all.
It was the exact same thing as game 1. They were able to find the team fights. They kept LGD in a corner and made sure that they always fought when Rogue Warriors wanted to and found the 5-on-5 team fights, which was important for Rogue Warriors, but similar to what we see from them whenever they have been picking up victories recently. I really want to dive into LGD because this is a reoccurring problem for them, split after split. You said it yourself. They go 3 wins at most in a streak, and then they just can't quite find their footing, despite even solidifying their roster recently. Is this a talent or a tactics problem that is coming out from LGD now?
For me, it's going to be a tactics problem because I think they've been read over by Rogue Warriors. Rogue Warriors clearly dissected that you're going to play an assassin mid lane and you're going to play a mage in the bot lane. And what that leaves you with is very little sustained damage for late game team fights. And Rogue Warriors, when they see that scenario, they're very happy in running the double tanks, especially into the mid lane. If you think about what Rogue Warriors, how Rogue Warriors has played these type of compositions, they've actually done it the entirety of spring as well. Doinby on the Scion was a very big pick, and the way they would lose those games is when they got to the very, very late end of the game, they didn't have the damage to meet up with the 5v5 compositions. There wasn't enough sustained damage coming from their own side, and that was how we would lose. But against LGD, who are Assassin and then Burst Mage in the bot lane, they're pretty much a one rotation team, and if you can weather that one rotation, you're completely safe. That was Raid Boss Doinby. We're going to get you how much damage he actually took in that game further down. It's probably not going to be right away. We have some time on the replays.
We'll find out.
But we'll find out, and we'll post it on Twitter, just so you know how much nightmares LGD had to take.
Well, the super tank of Doinby was able to pick up MVP for match number 2 as well. You said it, he's already played the Poppy in the mid lane before. It is a slightly off meta pick, but not one that is unseen in the mid lane. 10, 1, and 8 on mid lane Poppy.
And I just wonder how much more can Doinby possibly innovate. We've seen so many picks for him coming out for him, and he's been changing the entire meta. I would say the Kled picks you now see, even in the top lane, have come from this single person. He's really shown the world what you can do with specific matchups, and this is such a different way to think about the mid lane than other teams or organizations are doing. They're thinking about it in terms of the meta, in terms of the the game pacing, the damage. He's just thinking about the lane. He's just saying, if I can control the lane, if I can push it all the way in, have more control over you, there's nothing you can do to me. And I don't know what you do if you're a purely assassin player in the LPL going up against Doinby. We've seen the same from Yuki. We've seen the same from Icon. It all ends up the same way. You do nothing in the team fights. You get controlled in lane and just collapse entirely. We actually have not seen a good answer to Doinby counterpicks.
I mean, Doinby plays a very similar role to Let.Me almost. Neutralizes whatever lane he goes into, and sometimes can outperform.
More than neutralize.
Yeah,
sometimes solo kill.
Sometimes can outperform as well. I mean, in that match, you want to get the stats, Clement. He tanked over 17,000 damage.
Oh, God.
But Mouse also tanked 29,000 damage in that match.
So
there's 2 different super tanks going into this one. Doinby did look like a beast, but Mouse still playing his part. And he's always one of the unsung heroes of Rogue Warriors. Mouse, we never really see him in the spotlight that often. It's always about, SMLZ and Kahlua, Doinby as well as Flawless. And then Mouse is just this staple top lane tank who's been pretty solid for the past 2 splits.
And I think he's going to get a lot better in this meta because we have a lot of line pickable top lanes right now. We're thinking about the Gnar and the Cho'Gath. Cho'Gath specifically has been brought back back to life by Khan in Kingzone from the LCK. It's such a strong pick. You basically counter out the engage compositions. You can deal with enemy tank lines. If they're a bruiser running into you, you have AoE CC, and if they're not a tanky composition, then you can instantly kill someone off their team. Yep. It's just a no-lose situation, and I think we're going to be seeing a lot more blind pick Cho'Gath for a lot of teams. Let Me especially is also going to be very high priority on it.
Yeah, we'll have to see more top laners pick it up because this is one of those champions that comes in and out of the meta. But with that, Rogue Warriors have picked up a 2-0 victory against LGD at LGD's home arena. You can see behind us here in Shanghai, we are gearing up for our match of the week, and that's going to be taking place next. It's going to be EDG taking on IG Comment. That is the one that everyone has been waiting for.
Definitely a very super hype matchup. We do have the young AD carries clashing up against each other. Mako and Jackie Love, iBoy and Jackie Love going head to head. They played only once in the spring split, and that did go to Invictus Gaming. It's EDG's chance for revenge.
EDG going to try and look for revenge here against Invictus Gaming. We're going to go into a break. We're back with the match of the week in just a bit.
这个夏天 ，IG 有太多东西需要证明，请大家拭目以待。